I'm sorry about YouTubers. I can't talk. I cannot talk today, but so I am leaving Amazon. My client called because I have a cleaning business. And she said, she said, Cash, can you come turn my TV on? Now she lives on the other side of town from me, on the west side. And I live on the opposite side of the spectrum. But anywho, she called me and she said, Cash, I cannot sleep with no TV on. You know, some people, they don't like to hear creaks in the floor. They don't like to hear none of that. So, she basically asked me if I can come. So I'm going to go. I'm en route now from work to my client's house. I don't mind helping her. She's 89 years old and she pays. And I got to the point where I'm like, that's my grandma. Like, my grandma I ain't never had. She take care of me, I take care of her. So today I had a great day at work, and it seemed like it kind of dragged today, but it's okay. You know, I'm glad I got through it. I picked up another shift for Tuesday because we off Sunday. I'm off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So tomorrow is my day of rest, which is Sunday. I am not doing anything but turning on the TV and watching service online. This is a segment to the subject I've been holding off for a long time now. So, church hurt is a real thing. I ain't gonna cry. But in my life, I have experienced rejection. And I went to this church in 2016. Well, let me just start off by saying there was a minister, this man on the radio, and he was talking about business. I was like, oh my God, I prayed for somebody to teach me how to do business. So I was like, I'm gonna go to his service. I'm gonna go to his service after I heard him talk a few times. So I heard him talk, and I ended up going to his church. And he had this church in not too far from, well, it's about 40 minutes from me. I didn't care how far it was. I just wanted to know more about business, even though you can learn yourself with the library have so many resources on how to do books. So anything that you want to learn, you can learn it yourself. But I was trying to find a quicker route or a quicker way to learn business, and this is what he teaches. He teaches people, this pastor in Detroit, he teaches people how to get their products in stores. Let's say you want to sell jewelry, or if you want to sell, you got a clothing line that you want to sell, or if you want to sell hats, or if you want to sell doggy bowls or dog clothing or anything, you get the gist of it. He would teach it. Once you go to the class, he'll give you different steps. And so, to fast forward, I went into business I met this lady in 2019. I went to his church in 2017. Everything was good. 2018, everything was good. Then 2019, I met this lady there, and she wanted to go into business. Well, me and her wanted to go into business. Well, let me back up a little bit. He had mentioned in one of the services that to make it easier, you guys partner up with somebody. So I was the only guy, and it was like 7 or 8. This was in 2019, like around February, March, somewhere around there. It was cold. And when he mentioned about partnership, going into partnership, it was like 6 or 7, let me say 6, it was 6 members. And I was the 7th member. And they were all women, and I was the only guy. I didn't care about that. All I care about was how to do business. That's all I cared about. I wanted to go into business with them. So we went from 7 people in the business to 5 people in the business, because a lot of people, they start falling off. They didn't want to follow through with the business partnership. They didn't want to do any of that. So we were planning meetings. We were planning to meet up. I really was hoping that this thing was gonna jump off. This was right before COVID. We didn't know what COVID was. We didn't know that it was gonna come in 2019, because we were so busy. I could have it mixed up, either 2018, 2019. I think it was 2018. But to make a long story short, we ended up, more people started falling off. So it ended up being me and 2 other ladies. The lady that I met, because the other lady, she was a pastor. She had her own church. I'm not going to give no names, because I'm not trying to push nobody out there. I'm not trying to defame anybody or slander anybody. But me and... Dang, I got off on the wrong exit. That's okay. Me and this lady and this pastor, we kept going. Now, I didn't have no money, and the other lady that I know, she didn't have no money, but the pastor was loaded, because she had a dentist office. She had all this different stuff going on. Her husband had just passed away. So I know she was grieving, but she was very strong. A very strong, beautiful lady, a woman of God. So it boiled down to where she was like, well, y'all, because y'all don't have any money, we basically have to end this. And she started charging us for storage fees and charging us for other things that we could not afford. She was saying, pay this, pay that. But we didn't think, well, once we get our first deal, getting into stores, we can pay you back. We didn't think that. We didn't think ahead. This was all new to us. So, to make a long story short, I know I said that before, we ended up parting ways. And it was just me and the lady. We were actual friends. At least I thought we were friends. So 2020 came, and the other lady who I was with, she was like, come on, since you're the only one that stayed, this has always been my dream, is to create a business with someone else, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, you're right. I'm sorry, my hands are so ashy. Because I should have left that lotion in here, but I didn't. But the lady I was in business with, I ended up going into business with, she had her own business, I had my own business, but we wanted to do something together. So I was like, you know what? She was like, since me and you been together this long, let's create our own business. Let's create a business together. So I goes into business with her. Everything is okay at the beginning. We get our stimulus check. She gave me $700. I put $700. We put that money together and we went to the bank and everything. So to make a long story short, she wanted everything to be in my name because her excuse was, oh, I'm getting Social Security and I don't want them to know anything about me getting Social Security. I didn't know. When you go into business, everything is supposed to be 50-50 across the board. Not you put everything in your name. When you go into partnership, never ever, when I say never, put everything in your name. Because if you get of another company or somebody sues you, these people are off the hook. They not, they won't get hit like you. So basically she Jesus, this man looked like he was about to come over. So basically I was like, it dawned on me, I was like, you know what? I don't like the controlling thing when somebody try to control me, and we laughed, we played, we sold stuff on the street in Detroit. We did a lot of stuff together, but I just felt like something wasn't right. I didn't like the fact that everything was in my name and I was pressured, like we started out good and everything, but I didn't want to do it. So anyways, to make a long story short, I decided, and the way I did it, it was incorrect. I sent her a text. Everything was new to me. When you do business, everything should be in person. So I basically told her I didn't want to be in business anymore. I told my partner, I said, I don't want to be in business anymore. I'm going to pay you. I just can't pay you right now. So during that time, I didn't give her the amount of time that it would take for me to get her money to her. So during that time, she went and told the pastor on me. The pastor took her word for it. So he had security follow me everywhere. Follow me. I don't know what she said to that man. I don't know. Frankly, I don't care. But during that time, I did not go back to the church. Because we fell out. But during that time, she went and told the pastor on me about the whole issue, about our partnership, about the money, about everything. But here's the thing. I gave her money back a couple of weeks later. She called me. She's like, it's 30 days. You need to bring me my money. She was like, it's been 30 days. But she didn't give me a chance to call her because I was going to call her and say, I got your money. Where do you want to meet? So she's like, well, we can meet up. But she didn't give me the chance to call her. But on the day that she said to call me, on the day that she said, she sent me a text, where's my money and where's my portion of the business? And I said, well, I have your money. Where did you want to meet? And she said, we can meet in the parking lot where we normally sell stuff. And so I went and got the money order, and I gave her the money order in person. And she was like, well, where's the portion of the company? I said, I dissolved the company. Well, I just said, I put on the money order, paid in full. The company has been basically sold company, dissolved company. I basically dissolved the company because it was in my name, and I didn't want to hand her my company, our company, because it was still in my name. And again, I was new to this. So from 2020 all the way up to 2023, I endured so much security guards following me, security guards watching me, watching my every move, the pastor launching out at me and saying negative things. This 2023, I left in 2022, November. I think it was either November or October or either November. He had this sermon that's mentioned something about a member. And he was saying a lot of negative stuff. The whole sermon was about a member, and I was not there. He said this member this and this member that. He said something about that person. And I don't know, frankly, I don't care if he was talking about me, but because the whole service was geared towards a member who was not there, I took it personal, like, well, maybe he was talking about me. So I'm not going to return. I don't want to return. For number one, he'll be saying stuff like, oh, I can't wait till you get your deal, because once you get your deal, you can leave us alone. And he'll just say snide remarks to me and all different kinds of things. And I took it personal. And I was like, I don't want to deal with anybody like that. So I stopped going. I didn't give him a heads up. I could have did everything differently. Again, this was all new to me. When you go into business, you really have to make sure that you want to go into business with that person, because business is like a marriage. It is literally a marriage. So make sure if you decide to go in a partnership with anyone, that that person is just similar to you, or y'all have something in common, in that you know that person. Don't go into business with somebody that you just met. It's not, we knew each other for 2 years, but that still wasn't enough. And to make a long story short, I endured a lot of rejection, a lot of hate, a lot of slander. He would tell his security guards to tell everybody to not trust me, and all this crazy stuff he said about me. And I had to literally bind those word curses. I vetoed every word curse that has ever been spoken over me back to my mother's womb. In Jesus' name, I had to speak over myself, speak life over myself, because again, nobody is perfect. He's not perfect. Nobody in the church. The church. For one, it's not a church that he runs. It's an organization. I couldn't fit in with them. I wasn't trying to fit in with them. I tried to talk to a few people. I knew a few people here and there, but I could not get in their inner circle. I could not get there because feels like it was a secret society, and I didn't fit in with that secret society, which is fine, which is okay with me. All I know is get in where you fit in and find your tribe. That's my lesson that I have learned. Don't try to stay nowhere where people are slandering you, people are talking about you, people are belittling you from the pulpit. It's a coward move. Some of these pastors shouldn't even be a pastor because they're not showing no love. But that's my story. I'm no longer going back to that organization. And I started my own business. I'm getting into government contract, and I do cleaning on the side. Like, I'm going to the customers, the client's house right now. But what I really want to do is government contracts to free myself. But they always say have multiple streams of income, because when you have multiple streams, I hope you don't pull me over. I turned right. Oh, thank you, Jesus. So you're supposed to have multiple streams of income, but don't put your eggs in one basket, because you just never know what will happen. So that is my story. I feel good that I could tell it. I am not a bad person. I am a good person. I help people. I do what I'm supposed to do, and I keep it moving. And After going to that organization, I don't really want to go to nobody else's church anymore because of the hurt, because of the slander, because of the shame, because of I just don't want to do it anymore. So I listen to the Word of God on my own, without a pastor. God is my shepherd. I always say, Lord, you are my shepherd. And He is minister. He ministers to me. And I do listen to other people. I listen to T.D. Jakes. I listen to different ministers out there. But maybe 15 years from now, I'll go to somebody else's church. Or maybe 5 years from now. I don't know. But I'm not going to anybody's church anytime soon. Right now, I'm going to focus on my business with God first. Like my dad said, God first. I'm second, and anybody else is third. In that order. So, that's my story, y'all. And I'm getting ready to pull up at my client's house. But I just wanted to share my story with you guys and let y'all know that regardless of what was done or what was said, I'm still a winner. And my life is going to go up from on here, up and upward from here. And I'm not going to let that discourage me, and I'm not going to slander him. I just was telling y'all my portion, my part of the story. Now, they may say something totally different. They maybe have said, I know they said some negative things about me, but they talked about Jesus. They talked about Jesus. And then I'm going to tell you all another issue. Actually, when I left that organization, my phone was hacked mysteriously. My phone was hacked either November or December. I can't remember. I think it was November, December. All of my photos, over 85% of my photos was deleted. My personal photos. I had a whole bunch of screenshots. He left that, or whoever left that. I had a whole bunch of screenshots. I had a few, very few pictures, like maybe 10% of my pictures were still left there. And it's so crazy because all of the outfits that I had, all of the stuff that I wore all the pictures that I had on there were the pictures of what I wore to his church. Now, what that tell you? That he hacked me, and his phone number was deleted out of my phone book. What did that tell you? So he hated me so much that he deleted my music. He deleted my my photos, all of my photos. I had stuff that go back to 2007, 2016. Photos that I took of myself, and he deleted them. I don't understand. I really don't understand, but it's okay. It's okay. I forgive. I don't know. I'm not 1,000%. I'm not 100% sure it was him that did it, but it's just so mysteriously that the pictures that were in there were pictures of what I wore to his service. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all opinion is about this. And look, I'm ashy. But anyway, just bringing my mood down, just talking about it. I am a happy person. And I try not to let anything get to me. Like in a few days, this whole week has been like an emotional roller coaster for me. Because one, at my job, me and this other guy, they sent us to another department. And I think I told you guys that story. They sent us to another department that we did not ask to transfer to. They transferred us somewhere else that we never put a transfer in. So anyways, when they did that, I was distraught. I was hurt. I was just going through. I think it was a manager supervisor who didn't like me, and so she had us, when they cross-train you in another department and you get the permissions to work in that department, they can send you over there unwillingly or without your approval. If you get 4 hours of training for that day, you get basically certified to work in that department. So anyways, I was crying. I was just like, oh my God, because I've been in that department for 11 years. And when they moved me from, not 11 years, 2 years and 11 months. So when they moved me from my department, I was distraught because all I knew was the people in that department. And so this new department, I'm all by myself. And I'm working at a station. So they let us listen to our earpods. We're not supposed to, but if you don't, your mind go whichever way the wind blows. That's how your mind will go, because you're just thinking and thinking and thinking, and it's pure silence. Well, it's not silent because you hear the machines. But anywho, I'm not trying to dampen y'all's spirit. This is just my story of what I experienced. Never ever go through abuse by a leader. This is what I learned within those years. Never go into business with someone that you don't know and that you don't feel like they're. Go in business with somebody that's close to your age, because that way, a lot of people say, well, elderly people, they know more. They may know more because of they've been on earth longer than you, but that's not always the case. They may know enough, but not more than you. So always go with your intuition. Pray to God, should I go with this person and go in business with this person? And always have your own business. If you have a business with someone, make sure you interview them. Make sure you know them. Make sure you do what you got to do and have discernment. Ask God for discernment on business partnership. Always and all the time, you must have discernment, because a person can take you higher or they can pull you down. So my lesson is, don't go anywhere where you abuse. Don't go anywhere where you don't. I'm not saying that you're going to fit in, because if God is with you, sometimes you just don't fit in with people, certain people. And always know and always have discernment, or be able to use your intuition to learn about a person. Is this person a good fit for me? If the person is not a good fit for you, don't force it. Do not force it. I'm speaking from experience. And never, I repeat, never put everything in your name. You make sure everything is 50-50. The bank account is 50-50. The LLC or whatever form of business you decide, whether it be LLC or C Corp, S Corp. Yeah, I think that's, and then it's the other one. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's sole proprietorship or something like that. But just make sure that you do your research, and make sure you use your intuition, and make sure you know, because you'll get this gut feeling if this person is for you or if this person is against you. Make sure you ask God everything. Go to Him about everything. Do not leave anything out. He knows anything. He knows the future. He knows the past. And He knows the present. He knows every single thing. Nothing is hidden from Him. He knows the dark. He knows the light. He knows the in between, the morning, the night, the everything. He knows when the storm is going to come. He knows when it's going to rain. He knows when the dog is going to walk down the street. But that is just my story, guys. Again, I am a good person. Y'all don't know me, but I am a good person. And on that note, have a beautiful day. Please like and subscribe. Alrighty. Bye-bye.